books that I read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. He is an author, head coach, and Oneness Institute, and no other than Mr. Ld Chen.
So thank you, Daniel. I'm really honored to be here to share and introduce my journey with wellness, and it will be really help the people who suffer with many disease or either mental or physical, similar as what I has been experienced.
Mr. Ld Chen, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. And today let's talk about oneness practices, powerful and effectiveness. Can you explain what the oneness practice is and how you first become involved with it?
Okay, so at my 32, I was running my own manufacturing company with over 1,000 employees, and but one day I was collapsed. I was suffering heart attack, asthma, back pain, liver disease, burnout, anxiety, leg numbness. So um, that night, actually, my wife, she has medical degree. She said, "Hey, LD, if you continue going, you will die very young." So that was a wake up call. In the next 10 years, I was did everything I can, visit so many famous doctors, different medicines, practice, exercise, swimming, but nothing worked actually. Uh, Then one day, one of my friend told me, "Hey, what if you try wellness?" Then I searched online books. I bought like more than 20 books. There's one book actually really outstanding. Um, I connect with the author later. We met in Beijing, and I started to practice. Actually, even I was skeptical, and then over time, the symptom disappear. And beyond that, actually, I was my awareness deepened. I feel more peace and joy. My anger dissolved. So this is kind of I at the beginning my focus was only for healing, but I really never expect can like this. And the wellness actually has been in China for more than 1,000 years, and it had been kept secret by Zen and a Kung Fu master until 1950s. Grandmaster Wang Xiangcai, the founder of Ld Chen, he started teaching public for the healing. So in 2016, I became a fourth generation lineage holder of this tradition and a disciple of Grandmaster Yu. So Grandmaster Yu is author of the book actually, which saved me.
Mr. Aldi, what one's the oneness practice so powerful compared to other spiritual or mindfulness practices?
So as my sensei Grandmaster Yu mentioned, you may not find another practice as effective, as direct, as simple. At the beginning, I didn't know it, but gradually, not only from myself but from other students. For example, one student, she was like she worked in the top TV. She is the editor. She got very severe diabetes, and one of her leg has been amputated, and another leg there's a problem with the toes. Only three toes left, and also one toe is already darkened, which means she may lose all the like sensation. She has to lose another leg. So she started to practice, and several months later, the blackened toe start to kind of the scar getting softened, and the sensation returned back. She never need to do another surgery. And there is another student. She already wrote will to her husband. She she was in so severe depression, and she didn't want to eat. She didn't have energy to go to work, and she couldn't sleep. So, but after she practiced this, it's changed, and 4 months later when I met her, actually she's always smile, everything. So there's many other example from our student. And I try to, because right now the challenge for me is kind of, I try to introduce this to the West. In China, this tradition has been 1,000 years and test and improve all the evidence. But this problem is kind of in China, there's not too much talking and too much theory. And my teacher or his teacher just put their student to practice. And once you practice, your body start to change. You know what happening inside of you. And also your family member or your friend can know it because from your the the peace, the joy, and always kind of very healthy. So people can know it. You can know it. So I try to understand how I can translate this authentic practice to the West. So I did many research, try to find the science evidence. So something I found. So one thing is kind of when we practice, um, we all kind of the head is floating. So I searched so which can really help lose the spine. The spine is our super highway of our nerve. When you lose the spine, all the nerve can freely, and the energy and awareness can flow freely. Then when we practice, we smile. So the smile is like a neurochemical cascade, just kind of immediately can make you be calm and relax. And there's so much other detail, like our tongue is bridged like a little bit softly touched to the roof, and this is also connect with our this part of nerve to bridge it. And also there's more like a small detail. So everything we standing freely, all the design right now, I can understand all the small detail is just make a student or like a practitioner can standing there effortlessly. So once you stand effortless, then the energy it can flow freely. It's like I want to use analog like old school radio. When you adjust when you tune to the right frequency, and then the that clear, and you receive the signal very clearly. It's like you can receive the energy, the clarity, everything very clearly, freely. So I'm still trying to um, get more like a science evidence, but it looks like because this is like a very ancient. I always amazed why 1,000 years ago our ancestor can really knew it, and our science is only try to understand and explain part of the reason. But from all the evidence myself and so many students, I can see my sensei grandmaster Yi, what he said is really verified. This is so effective.
Mr. LD, what specific benefits have you seen in people who regularly engage in the oneness practice?
So there is a different category. So if we look at the student, the biggest group is women from 35 to 60. They have chronic disease, and they have stress. And second group is the young people. They have like mental health. They suffer from all kind of the stress, anxiety, depression. Then there is much wider, like a pro athlete. They practice this to enter the zone, and like executive, they practice to really reset, and they have like a very clear decision making. And also there is several A-list um, actors, actresses. They practice this like stay on the ground of on and off stage, and also traditional Chinese medicine doctors, because Chinese medicine doctor, they don't want to rely on X-ray or lab test. And so they need a really very good this kind of awareness to understand what's going on with his patient. So practice this can really improve their diagnosis. So there's actually it apply, how to say that, because when I try to introduce this practice, many people ask me, hey, LD, you have to focus one area, because if you say one is can do this, can do that, it doesn't work. I said, why? Because the one is really can do this. It's just as my sensei grandmaster you mentioned, one is limitless. It's a true life changing, life transformation, and the healings or the clarity or the wisdom is just byproduct. So yeah, so this is kind of how I always so excited to try to share, introduce this oneness to anyone.
What role does meditation or mindfulness play in the effectiveness of the oneness practice?
There is no meditate, actually different. So when we practice oneness, we standing, open our eye, we look horizontally in our ear, listen backward. So more like you will kind of be one with nature. And then once you have, so what we say is kind of we correct our mind through our body. So we standing there, just feel freely, be connect with nature. We don't do anything. We don't like for example to meditate anything. We just freely standing there, enjoy. Every moment is so comfort, so relaxed, and then let the energy flow freely. So this is how we do.
How accessible is the oneness practice for the beginners or those new to spiritual practices?
Great question, Daniel. And so oneness is quite simple, so simple actually. So you just standing there, you don't need any tool. You just find a place like just you can standing. For example, right now the office worker they working all the day sitting. If they can practice like a 5 minutes, they can get refreshed. And if you feel stressed and you can practice 5 or 10 minutes, then you can be relaxed. And but I don't want to uh, tell people oneness is a quick fix. Actually, it's not a quick fix. Oneness is really when you practice more, you will feel more different. Like my sensei said, it's like a change a person layer by layer by layer. You can notice that. For example, at the beginning, when all my symptom gone, I didn't realize something else will happen. Then one day when I was driving, and then there is one car cut into my lane to the head of my car, and then lower the window and show me the middle finger. Suddenly, to the maybe first second, I feel a little bit different, but then I said, hey, I need to pray for him. So this that moment that reminded me, hey, looks like I changed something. I changed in some level. Then later I can see, hey, yeah. So before even I was always gentleman. I try not to argue with someone, but there is a volcano every time I have to control. But right now, and I didn't the anger is just gone. I don't know why. And there's else more. So yeah, so oneness is limitless. Kind of if you really want uh, a life transformation, not only just uh, like a 5 minute practice or 10-minute practice, and continuously you will see really the life can be so wonderful. And I didn't imagine that if there is not really my health crisis, this crisis turned out to be a gift. Otherwise I will I don't think I want no oneness. So I feel I'm so lucky.
Indeed, Mr. LD, we are so lucky because I have you. How does oneness practice help individuals navigate stress or emotional challenges?
Uh, so there's so many self-help book or so many practice. So if you see, hey, when you feel anger, you have to do this, you have to walk away, or you have to do this. Oneness is very different. Is kind of when you practice more, the energy is kind of generate. It's like building more and more like a stronger foundation. On this foundation, you will like this kind of emotion or kind of mood will be really changed. And at the beginning, maybe you still need this kind of tool. If you feel I'm so angry, you have to think about, okay, let me control it, let me breathe, or to work like meditation or kind of this way. But once you practice more and more, this energy build up, the awareness build up. One is different is kind of so many kind of practice. Maybe they can improve a person's awareness, but without the powerful energy. So oneness actually has been developed by Kung Fu master for many years. So the 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 energy is this kind of Kung Fu master's really powerful energy. Oh, okay. So
In
yeah,
yeah,
so when the foundation getting stronger and stronger, it's just effortless. So one is actually it's English name. I translate it from Chinese like Ld Chen is really it's life transformation, and it's so effective. Actually, when you when you build up the foundation, you don't need another tool. Like there is so many kind of life changing, or there is so many practice. Once you or feel like your mood or your mental um, distract, you can do this or you can do that. Oneness is not, it's just so simple. You standing still, let energy flow, build up the foundation. When foundation build up, and the energy and awareness just change a person layer by layer. So it's kind of I usually use a metaphor. It's like a mountain climbing. At the beginning, when you start climb, even you ascending, but you don't see the view is changed. But when you climb maybe halfway, when you look back, you see, wow, this view is much beautiful. In that time, actually, healing is starting, or your inside is start like something already being noticeable. Then when you're climbing more and more, when you look when you look back, or when you look around, the view is so gradual and so beautiful, and everything just changed when you're standing at the top of a mountain. When you look down, everything is so small. So I think when you practice oneness is like when you build up foundation more and more, you practice more and more, you change the layer by layer by layer. um, Things changed. Actually, you already one is already being part of you. It's like the peace, the joy, the love embodied in you, and you when you practice more, it's more embodied, and it's like you would totally be a new person, and anger will not raise, and the noise. For example, I maybe a month ago, I had this kind of just come up with some thoughts. What is the true peace? True peace is when there is noise, you don't really have to escape or try to avoid noise. You can really enjoy the noise. Even the noise can be absorbed as nutrition. What a true peace is not try to control the anger. True peace is there is no anger raised. And true peace is not feel different when you see the sunny, the storm, or the rain. You will enjoy every moment. So um, it's really some kind of view. Only you reach to the higher of the mountain, you will know how the view is so beautiful. I'm still climbing right now, but I already s- actually see how it changed myself.
Mr. LD, as an author, head coach, and Oneness Institute, what are your short term and long term goals?
So in my book, actually, I wrote to help 100 million people, but it's not truly my goal. For me, actually, our tradition is more like working hard, not set goal. So for me, it's more like a flow. It's like I try my best. I really keep the authentic oneness as my, because when I told my son teacher is kind of I want to start this kind of journey. He's so supportive, and he said, "Okay, I have one instruction: try not to compromise the authentic to appeal to the trend." So this is how I'm doing right now. So um, to keep the authentic way of the oneness, and then try my best to introduce to more and more people, and then once once the people start to practice, they will see the change. Once they see the change, they will spread this with word of mouth. So this is how it happening in China right now. So I'm really confident. The goal is when people try to tell me, they try to help me, said, "Hey, LD, you should set up some goal." But for me, I'm more like a flow. Like I work hard, but I don't set up a goal. My goal, if I have goal, I try to really help as many people as I can in my lifetime. I'm 55. I'm feels more energetic than in my early 30s. So uh, yeah. So for me, if the goal is try work hard, help as many people as I can.
Good luck to your goals, Mr. LD, and looking forward for more success. And what would be your piece of advice for those people out there want to be an author, want to be head coach, or want to be like you, as for sure?
Uh, uh, pardon, sorry.
Yes. What would your piece of advice for those people out there want to be an author like you?
Okay. In the modern world, actually, the technology advance every day. We see people really right now. There is so many chronic disease, so many mental health issue like epidemic. Even the technology, even the science and medicine technology is advanced, but still cannot catch up with this kind of epidemic. Especially for the young generation, we say like a phone generation. They more addict to the phone, to the smartphone, to the screens. So one is the way actually really can truly to let you live a meaningful life. If we look at the student, look at me myself, is I really didn't expect before I was entrepreneur. I'm working so hard. I feel success outside, but inside I was falling apart. I was so burned out. I tried to escape all like decision makings, and right now I'm totally changed. Well, for me, it's kind of I feel this is how the life can be is like a truly live a life. Like a life is a journey. So please don't put your journey always on the screen, suffering for chronic or mental health disease, and to be health, peace, and joy, and try to help someone else who needs help. So I think to live a meaningful life, and I strongly ask or really like people to try to honest, but other practice may be help for some way. But what I try to say is live a meaningful life. The journey can be really wonderful.
Well, thank you for that advice, Mr. Aldi. And can you please recommend a book or books that influence your journey?
Uh, my book, you mean? Sorry, Daniel.
Yes, or any books that you read that you want to share
So
to the world.
I have so many books you can look at. Okay, so for example, Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee is my hero, and
Yes.
he's not just the one of the greatest martial art, but also he's artist of life, and he has a very famous word: "Be water, my friend." It's really resonate. What one is doing is flow. It's like a try to really to enjoy the nature and make yourself to be part of the nature, be part of the whole community. And also I have many books like Ld Chen. It's like a very ancient Chinese wisdom. And also Huangdi Neijing, like the Yellow Empire classic. It's like the very oldest, the very most important Chinese traditional medicine book. So I like so many ancient book. At the same time, I like the book like the many research like let me show you this book by one of the Nobel Prize winner. Actually, he wrote this book, and he mentioned why our modern science right now struggle for the health, because the physical world is a closed world, but the life or the biology is an open world. So use the like a closed world mechanisms to try to solve the problem in an open world, it will be a challenge. So there's so many books I really love, like read so many different kind of books.
Thank you for that recommendation, Mr. Aldi. And before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, abstract poetry in second season, and my book 101 review in fifth season too, comedy 101 in second season, and my food 101 in fifth season as well, geography 101 in fourth season, and my baby podcast, Law 101 and Mental Health 101. Love Letters in Age, fourth season, and Movie 101 Review and Music 101, as well as in fourth season, Science 101 and Sex 101 in its first season. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. And Mr. Aldi, what's your vision for the future of the oneness practice and its global impact?
So I think um, it can be a movement. So, but I'm okay. Uh, how how big movement or small movement, but I try my best to help as many people as I can. So, if anyone interested, please subscribe oneisinstitute.org/newsletter. Thank you.
Yes, people. Let's support Mr. Ld Chen, an author, head coach, and thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and
Thank you.
wisdom to
Okay.
the world. So, can you please invite our listeners to support your advocacy, your book, or whatever projects that you're doing right now?
So the in-person training will be in September, and so this year actually will be very limited seat spot. So please just subscribe newsletter. We will let you know the coming in-person training. Thank you.
Yes, people, let's support Mr. Ld Chen because if you support him, more and more and more empowering advocacy to come, more and more empowering books to come. So, Mr. Aldi, Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Daniel.
More to come, people. See you soon.